Welcome back to Ovidius Tech. For many in the professional photography market, Lexar is recognized as a leading brand for high-performance removable storage solutions. The NM710 is the newest mainstream addition to the Lexar's portfolio of PCI Express 4.0 and NVMe SSDs. It's produced in capacities of 500 GB, 1 TB and 2 TB and benefits from a 5-year warranty within the endurance limit specific to each capacity, respectively 300 TB written, 600 TB written and 1200 TB written for the 2 TB model. Today I will unbox and test the 1 TB model, comparing its performance to the SN770, which is the closest competitor from the drives tested here. The packaging has a clean and professional look, and all the important information is printed on the front of the box. The 1 TB model promises quick transfer speeds of up to 5000 MB per second on read and 4500 MB per second on write. Inside the box can be found a quick installation guide and a plastic holder containing the SSD and one M.2 SSD screw, which can be useful on motherboards not providing a screw for the secondary M.2 slot. With its compact and light look, it seems easy to install in PCs or laptops with limited space. The testing of Lexar NM710 1GB drive will be performed after mounting it in both the motherboard's PCI Express 4.0 and PCI Express 3.0 slots, both of them being provided with heatsinks. In Windows, the Lexar SSD Dash application recognizes the drive and displays information such as serial number, firmware version, capacity, health status, and interface speed. The application does not seem to have a firmware update function, but it has the secure erase capability and the data migration feature to migrate the system disk to a Lexar SSD. In Crystal Dismark, in a peak performance test with 1 GB file, NM710 places between SN770 and SN750 SE, confirming the advertised read and write speeds. And it sustains the advertised sequential speeds also in the peak performance test with 8 GB file. In the real-world performance test with 1 GB file, the Lexar drive places 4th, below SN850 and SN770, but above S70 blade. In the real-world performance test with 8 GB file, NM710 places again on the 4th place, maintaining the consistency of sequential speeds. As SSD benchmark determines the sequential and random read and write performance of the SSD without using the operating system cache. In the test with 1 GB file, NM710 places the last 600 points less than SN770. However, in the test with 10 GB file, NM710 surpasses SN770 with 66 points. The PassMark DISMARK testing places NM710 on the 4th position, above SN770 with 440 points more. On PCI Express 4.0, Lexar NM710 maintained reasonable temperatures, both on idle and during Crystal Dismark testing, reaching a maximum temperature of 60 Celsius degrees. In Crystal Dismark, in a peak performance test with 1 GB file, NM710 occupies the 5th position, below SN770 and SN850, but above the Gen 3 Silicon Power Drive. In the peak performance test with 8 GB file, NM710 places below SN770 due to its lower random write speed. In the real-world performance test with 1 GB file, Lexar NM710 places first, having the highest sequential read speed. In the real-world performance test with 8 GB file, it keeps the first place, maintaining the consistency of sequential speeds. The SSD benchmark with 1 GB file places NM710 drive the last, 700 points below SN770. However, in a test with 10 GB file, NM710 surpasses SN770 with a score of 4384 points. The PassMark DISMARK testing places NM710 once again on the 4th position, above SN770 with 860 points more. On PCI Express 3.0, Lexar NM710 maintained reasonable temperatures, both on idle and during Crystal Disk Mark testing, when it reached a maximum temperature of 53 Celsius degrees. The 3D Mark storage benchmark evaluates performance by running gaming-related tasks and repeats them 3 times, this way managing to stress the drives enough to get a clear differentiation in terms of gaming performance. So the testing on PCI Express 4.0 places the Lexar NM710 on the 4th place, above SN770 with a score of 3262 points. The Forspoken game has been heavily patched during March 2023, which raised the average FPS from 57 to 62 for my Radeon RX 6700 XT. Therefore, I had to retest all the drives, so the next results are brand new. On PCI Express 4.0, the best average load time positions Lexar NM710 on the 3rd place, very close to S70 Blade. On PCI Express 3.0, the 3D Mark storage benchmark places Lexar NM710 on the 5th place, below but close to SN770 with a score of 2909 points. The best average load time in Forspoken benchmark on PCI Express 3.0 positions again NM710 on the 3rd place, in front of SN770 drive. In the left chart, you can see the best current prices of the tested drives in Romania, the usable capacity in megabytes, and the endurance for each of them. In the right chart is the resulted price for 100 megabytes of usable capacity. For Lexar NM710 1TB, 100 megabytes of usable capacity costs now just €6.42. This is a sensational offer for a drive of this class, and it is sustained by the testing results. But the cost is just one aspect. Another aspect is the specific daily endurance. Based on the 5 years warranty of the drives and their rated endurance, we can determine the amount of data in gigabytes that can be written each day during the warranty. And Lexar NM710 1TB supports daily writes up to 336 gigabytes of content. These charts should help you pick the drive with the biggest capacity and the highest endurance for the cheapest price. Now let's relate the price to the performance. Lexar NM710 1TB costs today 295 RON, equivalent to almost €60. Considering its price and performance in 3D Mark storage benchmark on PCI Express 4.0 as 100%, we can see that the SN770 1TB costs 33% more for just 1% more performance. The SN750 SE and the Silicon Power A80 are clearly underperforming while being overpriced. If you're looking for a better performing SSD that has DRAM cache and can be mounted inside PlayStation 5, then you will need to dig a bit deeper in your pocket and look for Kingston Fury Renegade or XP Gigamix S70 Blade. Basically, Lexar NM710 and WD Black SN770 have similar performance, and you will not feel the difference between the two in daily usage. This is proven by the testing results of Autodisk benchmark as follows. The Lexar NM710 drive has a clear advantage on the sequential reads under 256 KB, while the WD Black SN770 drive takes the lead on the sequential writes beyond 32 KB. Lexar NM710 1TB is a model without DRAM memory buffer, equipped with Maxio MAP 1602A, a 4-channel controller in 12nm lithography, and 4 chips of Longsys NAND modules, which are probably renamed Yangtze 128-layer TLC NAND flash. In comparison, the WD Black SN770 1TB uses a SanDisk 4-channel DRAM-less controller, paired with a single chip of BiCS5 112-layer TLC NAND flash that SanDisk produces with Kioxia. From my point of view, Lexar NM710 offers the biggest bang for the buck, at least at the time of this video, and is the best choice for someone who wants a very fast and responsive drive while spending as little as possible. I hope this video has been informative for you. From me, a big thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and also to subscribe, in order to be notified when I release new content. Until next time, spend responsibly. God help.